Deadly germ research closed in U.S. Army lab August 7, 2019. Concerns about safety in a prominent military germ lab led the U.S. government to halt research into dangerous microbes such as the Ebola virus. Deadly germ research closed in U.S. Army lab. Nicole Garza, working in 2006 with the Marburg virus at the Army's Medical Research Institute for Infectious Diseases, credited SAMU/the Frederick News Post. Via Associated Press, problems with the disposal of hazardous materials led the government to suspend research at the military's main biodefense center. The U.S. Army's Institute for Infectious Disease Medical Research in Fort Detrick, Maryland, said in a statement issued Friday that research is currently on hold. The shutdown is expected to last months, a spokeswoman, Carrie Vander Linden, said in an interview. The statement said the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) decided to issue a cessation order last month to suspend research at Fort Detrick because the center did not have sufficient systems to decontaminate wastewater from your maximum security labs. But there was no threat to public health, no injury to staff, and no leakage of hazardous material outside the lab, Vander Linden said. In the statement, the CDC cited national security reasons as justification for not disclosing information about its decision. The institute is a biodefense center that studies germs and toxins that could be used to threaten the military or public health, and also investigates disease outbreaks. He conducts research projects for government agencies, universities and pharmaceutical companies, which pay for the work, and has about 900 employees. The strike affects a significant portion of the research normally conducted there, said Vander Linden. Suspended research involves certain toxins, along with germs called select agents, which the government has determined have the potential to pose a serious threat to public, animal or plant health or animal or plant products. There are 67 selected agents and toxins. Examples include the organisms that cause Ebola, smallpox, anthrax and plague, and poisonous ricin. In theory, terrorists could use selected agents as weapons, so the government requires any organization that wants to deal with them to go through a background check, register, follow security and safety procedures, and receive inspections through a program administered by the CDC and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. As of 2017, 263 laboratories, governmental, academic, commercial or private, have registered in the program. The Fort Detrick Institute was part of the agent selection program until its registration was suspended last month after the CDC ordered it to stop conducting research. The closure was first reported on Friday by the Frederick News Post. The problems date back to May 2018, when storms flooded and ruined a decades-old steam sterilization plant that the institute had been using to treat wastewater from its laboratories, Vander Linden said. The damage disrupted the research for months, until the institute developed a new decontamination system using chemicals. The new system required changes in certain laboratory procedures. During an inspection in June, the CDC found that the new procedures were not being followed consistently. Inspectors also encountered mechanical problems with a chemical-based decontamination system, as well as leaks, Vander Linden said, although she added that the leaks were inside the lab and not outside. A combination of things led to the order of cessation and withdrawal, and the loss of registration, she said. Dr. Richard H. Bright, a molecular biologist and biological weapons expert at Rutgers University, said in an email that problems with the institute's new chemical-based decontamination process could mean that it would have to return to a chemical-based system. Heat requires the construction of a new steam sterilization plant can lead to very long delays and very high costs. While many projects are on hold, Ms. Vander Linden said scientists and other staff are still working, but not on selected agents. She said many were concerned about failing to meet deadlines for their projects. The missteps occurred in other government laboratories, including those at the Centers for Disease Control and the National Institutes of Health. And in 2009, research at the institute in Fort Detrick was suspended because it was storing unlisted pathogens in its database. The Army Institute also hired Bruce E. Evans, a microbiologist who was a prime suspect, but never charged, in 2001 anthrax shipments that killed 5 people. Dr. Evans died in 2008, apparently from suicide.